everyone. Good morning. So, myself Santosh. So, I'll just start off with a quick introduction of myself. Everyone is able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ram, if your responses, you can type. We'll be checking the chat window also. So, any time during the call, if you have any doubts, you can stop me, and then you can ask your doubts. Okay. And the other thing is that whenever you have any connectivity problem, please let me know so that we can just resolve it at that time. Okay. So myself Santosh. So I'm a working professional and a trainer. So my work experience is close to 10 years and IT experience. And in this, I've been working with IBM MDM for close to 7 years. 7.5 years is what I've been working with IBM MDM. So I worked for almost, I worked the version 9 initially when I started, initiate version 9, that is the virtual MDM. Then I worked with version 10, the MDM server. Then currently I'm working with 11.4 MDM, which is the hybrid version of which has the hybrid version of both physical and virtual. Okay, that is from my side. Quick introduction from you guys, then we can start. Rishit, you can start.
Yeah. So I'm just currently a business analyst, functional one. I have about 5 years of experience, and yeah, just worked with mostly CRM and CBIL systems and a functional point of view, administering activities, users, and just mostly a functional BA, trying to get more domain knowledge on the MDM tool from a functional perspective.
Ram, you can type your experience, and I think you have the problem with the mic. So one important thing whenever we are having the session, right, just make sure that your mics are on mute, and whenever you want to speak out, you can just unmute and then talk. Ram, are you typing? Okay. I think Ram is typing. So let me start off. Let me start off without any delay. So just make sure that during the session, just keep it on mute. Okay, Ram is also a business analyst. Okay. Yeah. So Infosphere MDM Infosphere training. Okay. So I want to know, like, I want to keep this as an interactive session. Okay. So I want to know, do you have idea about what is MDM? What do we do in MDM?
So what I collect is just basically a master data management tool used as a tool to more efficiently collect data from various domains and sources of data, and pretty much filtering it, correcting it to have one efficient copy.
So basically, we have many tools in the MDM front. We have several tools, like this is the IBM MDM. Then we have the Informatica MDM, the SAP MDM. Then we have the TIPCO MDM. So there are several MDM tools. Okay. Mostly the leading ones are Infosphere MDM and Informatica MDM. Basic difference I could say between Infosphere MDM and Informatica MDM is that uh, with the data model. Okay, Infosphere comes with a fixed data model, on top of which you can do enhancements for the data model according to whatever we have the requirements, and according to one's company requirements, you can modify the data model, but it comes with a fixed data model. Okay, whereas Informatica MDM that doesn't have any data model, so you can create completely the whole data model by yourself. Okay, there are advantages and disadvantages, because once you have the fixed data model, then whatever you're doing is just the customization. So the rest of the part is being taken care by the Infosphere MDM itself. Okay, and some because I haven't worked on Informatica MDM, so I can't say the exact other differences. But usability is what uh, I've got to know that usability wise, Informatica MDM is a bit better, and usually people with ETL background, they prefer going for the Informatica MDM with the ease of use of the Informatica MDM. But performance wise, Infosphere MDM gives you good performance, and also the matching. Uh, there are different types of matchings that we use in IBM MDM. I'll give details about it later. So performance wise, the scalability wise, uh, it, IBM MDM does really good. They have they also have the security. Uh, so financial institutes which are planning to go, they usually prefer the MDM Infosphere. They have good security integration. So that is about the some of the differences. So these will be some of the core contents that we go through. MDM architecture, MDM physical data model, virtual data model. I'll brief you about that. Then we have how the Infosphere MDM looks like. Then how do we do linking and duplicates? How do you configure certain services, basic services that. Okay, once we finish the introduction, you'll be able to understand what MDM is and how Infosphere MDM is configured. Okay, so a question to everyone. So what do you mean by master data? Rishit, you can answer your insights of master data. Ram, you can type in your answer. I know it is difficult for you to keep typing everything, but yeah, since we have mic problem, then we can. We'll just wait for Rishit to get his headset. So basically, I want it to be an interactive session. Yeah, I don't want it to be a one-way traffic, and I want your involvement also, so that it will give me confidence that you're able to understand things that I'm telling.
Yes, you're completely right, Santosh. And other thing is, you know, we have almost missed 4 candidates because miscommunication regarding the timing. So they are in Pacific time zone and they are unable to join. Meanwhile, from tomorrow onwards, they will be joining regularly. So that once we start with the practical session, they would be ready with for answering all the questions every time they'll be available. Throughout the session, they will ask questions as well, and we can continue with the theory part today, and from tomorrow onwards, after the software is installed on your machine, we can continue with the practical sessions. More 4 candidates will
Yeah,
be joining from tomorrow, so we are expecting attendance of 6 candidates.
sure, sure. So we'll try to keep it high level today. Then we can go in depth from tomorrow.
Okay, I'm over to Rishit.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. So I'm just asking, what is your assumption of a master data?
Uh, just to me, like basically the one unique copy of all the various sources of data. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Okay. So I asked in bit more simple terms, as you can see over here, right? Master data is a high value information. So it varies from domain to domain. If it's customers, their customer basic data. So any data that is of high value information to the company, that is of high value information to the company, is called their master data, which helps you to identify a particular customer or a product uniquely. Can you please go on mute?
I guess someone have joined, so we got an echo. May I know who is on the line?
Hey, this is Ram.
Your voice is getting echo, so
Yeah, can you hear me now?
yeah, now I can hear you. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it looks good.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
Ram?
hi. Yeah, hi.
Okay.
I just logged, I'm sorry, calling in from my phone now, so it should be good.
Yeah, actually, good. That is better. So any information that is of high value to a particular company. So where also that this information usually helps you to identify that particular customer or product uniquely. If I come to the customer, right, the customer's name, his address, date of birth, the social security numbers, all these help you to identify particular person uniquely. Okay, and these are some information which are high value, which you don't want it to be redundant. You don't want to maintain 10 records of the same customer in your database. So that is where master data management helps you. It helps you to collate the information of all the 10 records of the same customer and keep it as one master record, so that that can be used as reference in the future, and also during all the transactions and everything. You just need to provide that. For example, if you go and open an account, right? When you open an account, you have a savings bank account. Okay? So first time when you try to open a relationship with that bank, you give all your details. The second time, if you're going for a credit card or another account, current account, or any insurance or anything which is related to the same bank, you need not provide the complete information all over again. Okay, once you have your bank account number, that can identify you in or else once you provide your name and address, right, they once they type it into their database, it will show a duplicate for them, asking this particular customer already exists. So do you want to make another entry? Is this different customer? So even if you don't remember your account number, your relationship number with a bank, they at their end they can get the information, and that information they will provide you that saying that this is your account number, this is your relationship number. Do you want to tag it to the same? So that is how it helps. And also MDM helps you in targeting your your other products. Like if a particular customer has a relationship with the bank with a savings account, and your credit card department wants to target those customers which are already having a relationship with the bank. So they want to provide exclusive features to those clients. Then the credit card department can access the information from the master data database, saying that this particular customer already has a relationship having a savings bank account. So they get the information, and this particular customer does not have a credit card account. So they uh, they target their promotions, their marketing to that particular set of customers. So that helps your financing and marketing systems to function effectively and those uh, target those customers according to their requirements, the products that we have. So the
Sorry to
MDM.
interrupt. I have a question, Santosh. You're saying about the banking and marketing domain. So if it is a healthcare domain, so how would be MDM useful for it, for a healthcare domain?
So MDM by itself is not restricted to one domain. So it has uses in various domains. For example, a healthcare domain, if you take into consideration, right? A particular hospital has its own it will have its own branches. Like if it's a huge hospital, they have branches in different states. And once you are visiting up to a particular hospital in Chicago, okay, then you have maybe over a period of time you relocate to another area, say Atlanta. So even in Atlanta, the same hospital branch is available. Then if you are visiting, your health history, saying that you have visited with these problems, uh, that history can be retrieved over there in Atlanta. Whenever you give, even if you don't remember your unique ID, which has been given by the hospital to you, and you somehow misplaced all your reports. Then if you go to Atlanta and ask them for your details, then they'll enter your name, ID, and social security number, date of birth, and they retrieve your information, which will be helpful for you. For example, you have undergone some surgery when you were in Chicago, minor surgeries like a fracture in your feet, or in any other illness. And when you are in Atlanta at a later point of time, when there is a major surgery, they want your whole medical history, which in files or mails it is difficult to retrieve and let them know each and every small point. So if it's the same healthcare institute that you are going to, then that healthcare institute can retrieve your complete information using the master data management, their software, and they can let you know that you have done these surgeries, and they can let the doctor know that this is the medical history of this particular patient, and based on that you can plan your surgeries and everything. Am I clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that is the high level abstraction. So in Infosphere MDM, right, there are two major things that you see always. One is the physical and the virtual. Initially, physical and virtual uh, have been living separately, but now in 11 version they have been integrated to the hybrid version. Okay, virtual is a reference style MDM. Okay, reference style in the sense you have your own data warehouse, your own legacy database. Okay, you don't want to disturb that, and but you still want to have references like about the customer information, and you want to have a lightweight application. So then you use the virtual MDM. In virtual MDM, what happens is we just use the references like the customer IDs, the unique customer IDs, and the basic information that is sufficient for them to identify a particular customer uniquely, like name, date of birth, address, their SSN, though only those information is passed to this virtual MDM, and the rest of the information like the transactions, other informations, everything is stored in your data warehouse. So just the reference information which will help you to identify a customer uniquely, that is passed to the virtual MDM. There the matching happens once you send the data. There the matching happens, and on top of that, the references, just the links, like for example, customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, C1, C2, C3 are the same customer. Then there is an entity created like E1, saying that E1, C1, C2, C3 are the same customer, and the entity ID is E. So only E1, E1, C1, C2, C3. Only this reference information is sent back to the data warehouse, not the actual data. So that, and also in your reference style, you keep the information of the source systems. Like C1 has come from source system 1, C2 has come from source system 2, C3 has come from source system 3. So that source system information is also the identification is also stored, so that whenever you want to trace back of any changes, you can as well go back to that system and then let them know that, we had received this particular information. Is it valid, or any other stuff like that. Okay. That is the virtual.
Santosh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when you take a company or an organization, you're saying that they have an database where they store the customer information altogether into that. Master data management or MDM comes into picture where they require only the core details of the particular candidate or particular person. Is that right?
No, partially.
No, I'm a little confused between the database where the data is stored for the whole organization and MDM. So is it like two different entities, or is it like one entity altogether where MDM is a part of database?
Yeah. So virtual MDM, the database will be outside your physical data warehouse. Okay. There are few legacy systems wherein they don't want to disturb their existing data warehouse or their existing legacy database, but they still want just the references. Okay. They still want to identify their customers and link it to one particular customer. Okay. Duplicate customer record, they want to eliminate those duplicate customer records and have a single customer record, but they don't want to disturb their own database, their own data warehouse, complete data warehouse or their legacy DB. So what they'll do is they just send the source records with only minimal information that is required for matching, to identify and deduplicate a particular customer, to match two customers. So ultimately in MDM what we are doing is we will be matching two records and then creating it as one record. Okay. But
I'm sorry, so you're saying that the information would be collected from the initial database, and then there would be the verification would be done, and then it would be made into one particular one single record. Is that right?
Yes. So
okay.
This is your legacy DB. Other information like the account details or the medical history. So I'm just saying this can be in different tables. So I'm just giving the information. So you have and some other information that is required to their business. Okay. Okay. In case of virtual, right? In case of virtual. the other details like the account details and everything is still in the legacy DB. Out of this, we just send the customer information, and we don't send the other information to the virtual MDM. The virtual MDM, only this particular data is sent. Then the response from the virtual MDM will be just.
Okay, so as I understand, let me put it this way. So to pass on any query or any request coming in, this is the information which we have with the MDM is the final one, and we do the data retrieving from this information what we have. Is that right? What is provided to the MDM? Okay.
Yes. So based on this, so this information doing all the matching, the virtual MDM decides that 101 and 102 are the same customers. So only this linking information of E100 and E2 101 and 102 will be sent to sent back to the legacy. So did you get it now? So only the references. This is called the reference information. This E1, E2. This is called the reference information. So now the legacy systems at their end, they'll store this information in a different table. This way. So let's just letting them identify that these two are the same customers. They can be duplicated at any point of time. And how they reduplicate is left to the legacy system, because there are traditional systems which don't want to disturb their existing database, because they have their own loads that have been already set up, and so they don't want to disturb their daily loads, which might affect their existing business. I had one particular instance of that in one of my projects wherein they didn't want to disturb their legacy DB. That's why we just implemented the virtual MDM for them. So that is the reference style. The physical style stores the master record. So it stores the complete information. All the information that comes that come to the system, that is stored in the physical MDM. So here we have only one master record. You don't have the source record information. That is like for a particular customer, if you get the name, address, name. In physical, right, you will not be allowed to enter the second record. You will have all the other information too. If you give any new information for a particular customer, like initially you had sent just the bank account details, then you have taken a credit card. So just the credit card details are updated, but your master data, like your name, address of that particular customer, if it matches, it will not create an additional record. It will just start creating it will just start adding the additional information. Whenever we send a new request, it will just add the new information from that particular record, but it will not disturb the master details. So you will not be able to figure out from where we have got this RAM, from which system, and which system we have got the address. Okay, so last name is missing. In the second record, we get RAM K. So that particular detail is updated over here. Okay. Whenever we have any data updates, then those happen again. Okay. So whenever you send new data, right? Whenever a particular address is updated that you are relocating from suppose Chicago to Atlanta, what happens is your details will be stored. Your new details will be stored, and the old details will not be deleted. You will have the history of those details, so that those will be used for matching. Sometimes we need historical information also to do the matching. So we store even the historical information. So now till 10, both of them existed separately. The virtual was separate, the physical was separate. But now in hybrid version, we have both physical and virtual that have been integrated together, wherein we can store.
Is that in the
Sorry?
collaborative edition, the hybrid?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's the collaborative edition. I'll just come to that terminology next. So there are then you have the reference information from the source systems, and also you have the master physical records. Okay. So you have two databases that run separately, so that it caters to the needs of for the companies which have those kind of dual requirements. Very few companies, even in the 11.4, even if they have both virtual and physical together available, right? Very few companies utilize the functionality of both. Usually, even in 11.4, we have implementations which have only the virtual and only the physical. So these are the styles of MDM. So as I said, virtual is the registry style. Centralized is the physical style. Coexistence or collaborative is the one which uses both virtual and physical. This consolidated style, it is not exactly the MDM. It is similar to a data warehouse. It is a data warehouse wherein you collect all the information that you need, transactional information, everything, and it is dumped into one consolidated style. But that not exactly is not an MDM. The consolidated style, registry style or the virtual is one type of MDM, physical centralized style. Registry style, a relatively lightweight approach wherein you use only the metadata, small amount of data of master data, okay, like the global identifiers and all typical data. This is a centralized style, that is the physical, wherein you have centralized storage, and the collaborative style is the hybrid one. Here is the representation of consolidation style. So data warehouse, and it has everything is stored. Okay. One other feature of Infosphere MDM is that they also have the reference data. They have the reference data management that is different from MDM, a little bit different, like account types. Okay, you have different account types like savings account, credit card, current account, and all that. Okay, so those references are also maintained, and you have the country codes, different country codes, and that reference data management. It's a small database wherein it will have all the reference data. So whenever any codes are changed, if suppose I would say, yeah, Bombay, previously it was Bombay, now it is Mumbai. So that reference data has changed. That is fixed data. It changes only once in a while. So from Bombay to Mumbai, that need not be updated in each and every record that is there in our database. So we just update in the reference database. We just update the value of Bombay to Mumbai, and just that particular reference, the reference ID or city code, that is just added in our database. So we are not exactly changing the data in all our records. Just that city code of 100 was Bombay. Now it is Mumbai. So when you retrieve the data, you will get Mumbai. That is one other part that we have in India. That is additional feature exclusively available outside the MDM in IBM MDM. So this is centralized style where you have all the records, everything is done. Yeah, that was the introduction of MDM, the implementation styles, and the modules. Karan, that was the introduction. So the architecture and other details we can go through it tomorrow. Karan, you there?
Yes, I am here, Santosh.
Yeah. So